Guru Nanak was the founder of Sikhi or Sikhism. He was the first of the 10 human Sikh Gurus. He was born in 1469 in Rai Poidi Talwandi, which is known as Nankana Sahib in present-day Pakistan. His birth anniversary or Gurpurab is celebrated around November. A lot of what we know about Guru Nanak is from the Janam Sakhis. These are biographies of the Guru built on the Sikh oral tradition and some historical facts. His parents were Mehta Kalyan Das and Tripta. He had an older sister named Bibi Nanki. It is thought that Guru Nanak was named after his sister, who in turn was named Nanki because she was born in the home of her maternal grandparents or Nanke. When Guru Nanak was born, the North Indian subcontinent was under the rule of the Lodhi dynasty. During the lifetime of the Guru, the Lodhi dynasty fell at the hands of Babur, who established Mughal rule in this region. The rulers were followers of Islam, but most of the lands that they ruled over were comprised of Hindus. Society was plagued by tyranny, injustice, and cruelty. An oppressive caste system, rituals, and superstitions had rendered society morally bankrupt. The masses were largely ignorant and they were exploited by the elite, both the rulers and the clergy. Women and untouchables were at the bottom of the social order and they lived under terrible conditions. As a child, Guru Nanak was precocious and possessed wisdom well beyond his years. Traditional learning and knowledge came easily to him, but what he much preferred was to engage in spiritual discourse with the adults in his life. He observed the world around him and pondered the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer. And he always questioned the efficacy of rituals and practices. Guru Nanak's father understandably wanted him to learn the ways of the world, for instance, how to invest money wisely. Guru Nanak, on the other hand, would spend that money feeding people who hadn't eaten in days. He got married and had 2 sons, but he remained the despair of his parents. His sister, Bibi Nanki, who loved him dearly, came to his rescue. She had settled into married life in Sultanpur Lodhi, and she persuaded her husband to help her brother get a job there. Guru Nanak went to Sultanpur Lodhi, where he worked diligently. While in Sultanpur Lodhi, Guru Nanak used to bathe in a river, and on one such occasion he ducked under the water and did not come back up. He seemed to have vanished without a trace, and he remained missing for several days. He did emerge eventually, and it is believed that during the time he was missing, he had a spiritual experience, a communion with God. It was to be his divine calling to spread the message of the oneness of God. He began to lay the groundwork for a way of life with a higher purpose, the good of all, irrespective of religion, caste, or class. He was seeking reforms that would change the fundamental nature of humanity. He challenged existing ideas about God, reincarnation, the caste system, and rituals. In doing so, he created a unique philosophy that forms the basis of Sikhi. For over 2 decades, Guru Nanak traveled far and wide to share his philosophy with the world. His travels in all the 4 directions are known as the Udasis. He was accompanied by Bhai Mardana, who became his constant companion. Bhai Mardana was a gifted musician who played the rabab, a string instrument. Guru Nanak would sing his hymns to the accompaniment of the rabab. During his travels, Guru Nanak established several dharamshalas, a center where people could congregate to listen to the Guru's message. These dharamshalas were the precursors to the modern-day gurdwaras. Whenever Guru Nanak was done with one of his udasis, he would return home to Sultanpur Lodhi to see his family. During his last udasi, Guru Nanak bore witness to the plunder of Saidpur or Ahmedabad by the army of Babur, who invaded India in around 1520. It is believed that Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana were captured and imprisoned, but very soon their captors realized that Guru Nanak was no ordinary person. In fact, Babur is believed to have visited Guru Nanak and to have released him. When Guru Nanak was done with his last udasi, he settled in Kartarpur Sahib, which is in present-day Pakistan. This was a town that he had founded. It was time for the Guru to formalize his teachings so that he could guide those interested in how to follow the path of Sikhi. In Kartarpur Sahib, he was also reunited with his parents, his wife, and his sons. Guru Nanak set the example of a spiritual householder by living a life that was a blend of the spiritual and the everyday. He was not a proponent of the idea of detaching oneself from everyday life in the pursuit of the divine. Kartarpur Sahib is where the Guru laid the foundation of the Sikh community. People came together as a congregation or a sangat to recite the Guru's prayers or banis. He also started the tradition of langar or the free community kitchen. People cooked and ate together while sitting in rows or pangats, regardless of their caste or class. The concepts of sangat and pangat stressed the idea of the oneness of all humanity. Guru Nanak had no tolerance for the division of human beings along artificial lines and the oppression that resulted from those divisions. He was especially opposed to the caste system that was prevalent in Indian society. Kartarpur Sahib soon became the center of Sikhi. People came from far and wide to engage in discourse and to seek the Guru's guidance. Amongst the people who came was a young man by the name of Bhai Lerna from Khadur village who used to go on a pilgrimage every year. One year, when he was on his pilgrimage, he stopped in Kartarpur Sahib. He listened to the Guru's teachings, the singing of the Guru's hymns, and ate langar. He ended up becoming a resident of Kartarpur Sahib. He was truly dedicated to Guru Nanak. Around this time, Guru Nanak was also thinking about who his successor would be. Sikhi was still in its infancy, and if it was truly to change the nature of humanity, it would take more than a generation to do so. Guru Nanak therefore put a lot of thought into who would succeed him. He put his two sons and Bhai Lerna through several tests to test their dedication and commitment. The Guru's older son Sri Chand was spiritual, but he wanted to follow the path of renunciation, which did not align with Sikh principles. His younger son Lakshmi Das was more materialistic than spiritual. Bhai Lerna, on the other hand, demonstrated a deep understanding of the Guru's wisdom and his mission for the Sikhs, and he emerged as the natural successor to Guru Nanak. The Guru named him Angad, which literally means a part of oneself. Guru Nanak compiled several compositions. 974 of his hymns are in the Guru Granth Sahib. The Japji Sahib is Guru Nanak's seminal composition. It's the first composition in the Guru Granth Sahib. Its opening lines are called the Mool Mantar, although this is not the title used in the Guru Granth Sahib. The Mool Mantar is considered to be the essence of Sikh thought. It begins with Ik Onkar. The Ik, which means one, is not spelled out. It is merely the numeral 1 to emphasize the oneness of God. The rest of the Japji Sahib explains the Mool Mantar, and the whole of the Guru Granth Sahib clarifies the Japji Sahib. Other major compositions of Guru Nanak include the Asa Di Bar, or the Ballad of Hope, the Siddh Gosht, or Discussions with Siddhs, and the Baramaha, or the 12 months, on which the names of the months are based. During Guru Nanak's time, the status of women was utterly deplorable. Practices like sati, in which women were burnt on the funeral pyres of their husbands, were rampant. Women who were not under the protection of a father or a husband were subjected to degradation and humiliation. They were considered as inferior and impure, and therefore not worthy of participating in the spiritual or temporal realms alongside men. Guru Nanak strongly opposed this treatment of women. He made it acceptable for men and women to eat and pray together, which was a radical notion for that time and place. Of women, he said, "So kyo manda aakhiye jit jamme rajan." How can we speak poorly of those who have given birth to kings? This message was carried forward and expanded by the Guru's successors. Guru Nanak took leave of this world in 1539. He was succeeded by 9 human gurus who carried on his legacy to ensure that Sikhi would survive and thrive. Guru Nanak's legacy is a whole life faith in which the spiritual and the worldly affairs are equally important. To that end, he created several social institutions to eliminate the division and oppression that society was laboring under. He was a spiritual leader with a vision that extended far beyond the spiritual. This is a view into just some of the life of Guru Nanak. If you like this video, I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.